Omar Esop here, and by popular request, I am making this video on pre-workouts. I get a lot of questions by a lot of young subscribers. Yo Omar, what pre-workout do you recommend? What do you use? Is this a good one? I'm taking caffeine, my heart's beating out of my chest, I'm about to die. What do I do? So, in the interest of helping y'all out, I'm going to tell you what I take, why I take it, what I use, and you make your own informed decision, okay? So, first, before going on, I am endorsed by True Nutrition, so I'm about to show the nutrition supplements that I use. I used them before I was endorsed, but that doesn't matter. So, I like to make my own pre-workout. I also don't really believe in the concept, I'll get into, of a traditional pre-workout, and here's what I mean. Stimulants I'm not about. Caffeine I actually don't use for myself. Doesn't mean that you can't use this. This video is about me and what I use, right? Most stimulants though over rely on trying to make you excited, right? And they can kind of cause a peak and crest in terms of your energy, and over reliance on them can result in you maybe getting adrenal fatigue, burning out, not being able to focus, or having your heart beat out of your chest. A lot of these pre-workouts then, they'll try and, label you with something like, oh man, that's super awesome, make your dick hard, bench press 500 pounds, bitch is gonna love you, buy this pre-workout. So a lot of overhyped claims. Problem is, a lot of pre-workouts, you don't even know what's in them, right? So they'll give you a list of ingredients, but they won't tell you in the map. So they might say like beta-alanine. It's like, is it the 4 grams that you need, or is it like 1.2 and they're skimming it? Also, where are they getting those ingredients? So there's a lot of questions. Essentially, what tends to happen with store-bought pre-workouts is you pay a pretty big markup in order to get decent quality ingredients, maybe substandard, maybe not in the dose that you need, and you also get some ingredients that you're not interested in. So me personally, I like to know what's in it, how much of it I'm getting, and I like to choose, because once again, I don't need caffeine and other stimulants. So getting back to what I use, this is what I use and not what I'm recommending. Really, as far as I'm concerned, if we talk about supplements, and if you're interested, I think the vast majority, if you're a beginner, you don't need to use supplements, but the vast majority of people that actually use supplements, there's really 2 that are important, right? There's creatine for the ATP creatine phosphate, and then there's beta-alanine. And beta-alanine really applies a little bit more to athletes, those that do extended sets, or like myself, you might be doing the prowler, but I'll get into that. So let me just show you. Most of it is completely unnecessary to take pre-workout. The only one that kind of makes it so I take it pre-workout would be the Citrulline Malate. So the 2 essential ones starting off would always be the creatine and the beta-alanine, which I think are essential, right? Creatine Monohydrate and beta-alanine both collectively combined have several hundred studies showing the benefit of them. So I've been taking creatine for several years now. Simple creatine monohydrate. I get them all, the containers I take, I get it like so, and what I essentially do, I buy the raw ingredients, high quality ingredients for less at True Nutrition, and then I make it myself. So I make my own pre-workout. And the benefit, I said once again of that, is I know what I'm putting in it, I know the quantity, so I measure it out. But anyways, sorry for delaying, trying to make this a concise video. Creatine monohydrate, I put that in, and of course with beta-alanine, so my 5 grams. And I'm going to label this all on the screen for you, and the links in the description to make it more clear. The next one then too would be, I am experimenting a little bit with that acetyl L-carnitine, numerous benefits with regards to fat loss. I'm once again experimenting on it. I'm not recommending it to you. I'm telling you what I take right now. And then of course, Citrulline Malate. This is the one, I take it in a little bit higher dose. It gives that bitter taste. This is the reason why I basically add all these ingredients pre-workout. And if you ask, oh, why do you take them all together? Convenience. It's a matter of convenience for me, right? When you have like 4 different supplements that you're using, and one I really sort of have to take pre-workout, then I just scoop all the rest together, and it doesn't bother my stomach. The Citrulline Malate is something that gives the overall mix a pretty bitter flavor, and that's why what I'm about to get into right here, I take, oh no, is he a pro? Oh, he's taking protein powder around this workout. He's trying to get the anabolic right. Calm the fuck down. When I train people or I train myself, there's like, maybe 3-4 hours before I get to have a solid meal. If you're like me and you train and then you do the prowler and you do mobility work, by and large, I can get hungry as fuck in that timeline. Maybe my blood sugar might drop a little bit, especially if you're doing some heavy prowler session. So having just my standard, I need about 200 grams of protein a day, so that's a fair bit. Having a scoop inside the actual shake itself is just an easy way of me getting that protein requirement for the day. The final one here would be the Waxy Maize. Now I use Waxy Maize first of all because dextrose does not agree with my stomach, But the second idea, quite honestly, when you take citrulline malate and acetyl L-carnitine in its raw, pure form, and you smell that stuff, it does not taste good. So this is a masking agent, basically. This is like, you know, Gatorade or any simple sugar, right? And once again, it goes back to the concept, if I'm exercising a lot and I get a little tired because of the how extended it is, like 2-3 hours, and I have an energy, you know, crash, this will help me out a little bit. So I take the Waxy Maize. That's a personal preference, and once again, don't be confused and thinking like, oh no, the anabolic spike. I'm talking about comfort and how it satiates me, right? And I use that Waxy Maize as a flavor agent. What I should add, if you do want to design your own pre-workout, and I'll include a link in the description, you could also just use flavor packs. Me personally, you know, sucralose, anything Splenda, it doesn't, once again, it doesn't agree with my stomach. I got a sensitive stomach, which is why I just use the Waxy Maize itself. But you can get a flavor pack if you wanted to have 0 calories. So you know, a lot of pre-workouts will have just the beta-alanine and other ingredients in it, and then they'll flavor it with, you know, Hawaiian fruit punch or whatnot. Quick little piece of advice I will say, and I'll close this out, about making your own pre-workout. If you have citrulline malate, and especially if you endeavor to use acetyl L-carnitine, definitely get a good flavor, like something limeade or lime green or something lemonade, something like that. Because it's bitter, it'll mask it effectively. The other two I kind of like are Hawaiian punch and forbidden fruit punch. That's because that bitter, really bitter taste, and that's why most pre-workouts, oh man, it has that kick. It's a citrulline malate, and that's why you need to add that flavor agent. You could be a boss and drink it raw, and I did that for a couple months. But after a while, especially before you're about to train, the flavor palette is just not desirable. So that's me. I'm not recommending this to you. You want to know what I use, why I use it. I make my own pre-workout, first of all, because I like to save money. I like to know what's inside the specific quantities. I like to get a higher quality ingredient for less. That's why I use True Nutrition. I order in bulk, right? I order all this stuff, you know, at the start of the year, like a couple $100, and it lasts me. It works out a pre-workout a month, or what I take here is maybe like $15 or something like that. So you save over, I would say, half assembling it on your own. And so once again, so we're clear for the bros out there, once you know your quantities, just to summarize, once you know your quantities, you combine it, you just put it together like your 5 grams of creatine, you put it in your shaker bottle, right? You just shake the shit up and you're good to go. So that's it. That's the video. That's what I use. You guys can post below what you found to be effective for yourself. I will caution, especially beginners, do you need a pre-workout? No, you need to train hard and shut the up. I'm just kidding. And then also what you guys, other guys are asking me in terms of ingredients or supplements, the two that I do recommend to those that use supplements is creatine and beta-alanine. Links will be in the description. That ends that video. That ends, you know, what I need to take, man, for the guy. I gotta get in focus. You being focused is the best thing that you can do, right? Alright, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope it was informative. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. More description will be in the description box as to where to get that if you want to make your own. Super Bro 69,000 unfortunately is sold out by Brady Broseph. More will be back in stock soon. Thanks for the support, and I'll see all my rascals in that next video.